Uncertainty is a natural part of life. From the moment we are born, we step into a world that is always changing. The weather shifts, our bodies age, people come and go. No one can say for sure what tomorrow will bring. This is not a mistake in life. It is life itself. Many people feel that uncertainty is something to fight or fix. They want to control it or push it away. But the truth is, we never had control to begin with. Even when things seem certain, it is only an appearance. Underneath, change is always moving. Imagine standing by a river. The water flows without stopping. You cannot hold it in your hands. You can only stand and watch it pass. Life is like that river. It flows, no matter what we do. Trying to stop it only brings more pain. When we stop trying to force certainty, something soft opens up in us. We begin to see that not knowing is not a failure. It is a kind of truth. It reminds us that we are not separate from the world. We are part of its movement. Some days are clear, others are cloudy, but both belong to the same sky. In the same way, both knowing and not knowing are part of the human path. When we can accept this, even a small amount, we begin to rest, just as we are, in the middle of the unknown. This resting does not mean giving up. It means living honestly with what is here. And in that, there is a quiet kind of strength. When we face something uncertain, our mind often wants to escape. It searches for answers, for plans, for anything solid to hold on to. This is not because we are weak. It is because we are human. From early on, we are taught to solve problems, to make things clear. So when we feel lost or unsure, we quickly try to fix it. We look for advice, or we turn to the news, or we distract ourselves with activity. Even small moments of silence can feel uncomfortable because they remind us that we don't know what comes next. There is also fear. The unknown can feel like a threat. Our bodies become tense. Our thoughts move faster. We might replay old memories or imagine bad futures. These are ways the mind tries to protect us, but often they do not help. Instead, they add more worry. Sometimes we even create false certainty. We tell ourselves stories that are not true, just to feel safe. But deep inside, we know they are not real. This can lead to more stress and confusion. It is important to see this clearly, not to judge ourselves, but to understand. The desire to escape the unknown is very common. But when we see how this pattern works, we can choose a different response. We can notice when we are rushing to escape. And in that moment, we can pause. Just pause. Even for a breath. In that pause, we may begin to see that uncertainty is not always the enemy. It is simply the space between what was and what will be, and in that space, something new can grow. Most of us feel more comfortable when we have answers. We like to know what to do, where to go, and why something is happening. When those answers are missing, it can feel like we are standing in the dark. But sometimes, the dark is not dangerous. It is just unknown. Learning to stay without answers is not easy. Our mind will still look for meaning. It will try to fix things, or explain them, or make a plan. But we can gently notice this movement without following it. We can recognize, the mind is reaching again, and just return to being here. To stay does not mean we like the confusion. It simply means we are willing to feel it without pushing it away. This takes courage. But it is a quiet kind of courage, not loud, not forceful. It is the courage to remain present, even when things are unclear. You may find that the longer you stay, the less pressure you feel to fix everything. The mind begins to settle, like a pond, when the wind stops blowing. In that stillness, small insights may appear. Not always the answers we wanted, but something honest, something real. Staying with not knowing is a kind of practice. Each time we do it, even for a short while, we grow a little more familiar with the space of uncertainty. It no longer feels like an enemy. It becomes a part of the journey. When we stay without rushing, we give ourselves permission to be human. And in that space, we sometimes find something deeper than answers, a quiet sense of trust in life itself. Peace does not always come when everything is clear. Sometimes it comes in the middle of confusion, not as a big feeling or a special moment, but as a small sense of, it's okay, even now. This kind of peace does not depend on answers. It grows when we stop fighting what we don't understand. It begins when we say to ourselves, I don't know, and that's all right. There is a quiet freedom in this. When we stop forcing life to be different, we can finally meet it as it is. We stop arguing with the present moment, and in that stopping, something inside us begins to rest. This resting is not lazy. It is alive. It feels like taking off a heavy coat we didn't know we were wearing. The weight of all the shoulds and musts begins to fall away. We become lighter, not because the world has changed, but because we are no longer fighting it. Some people think peace means to feel calm all the time, but that is not true. Real peace allows for all kinds of weather. Sadness can be there, worry can be there, but underneath there is a sense of space, of openness. We may still want answers, we may still feel fear, but we are no longer controlled by those things. We are able to stay, to breathe, to live gently in the middle of uncertainty. And from that place, we can walk forward, step by step, not because we know the path, but because we trust that walking itself is enough. If you are feeling confused right now, please know, you are not alone. There is nothing wrong with you. Confusion is not a weakness, it is a natural part of being alive. Sometimes the path is clear. Other times we must walk with care, step by step, not knowing where we are going. In these times, try not to rush. You do not need to fix everything right away. You do not need to pretend to be strong. You are allowed to feel unsure. You are allowed to take your time. There is a quiet strength in simply being here with whatever is present. Even when you feel lost, something within you is still steady. Something that does not need all the answers. It may be small and quiet, but it is there. Take a slow breath. Let your shoulders drop. Feel your feet on the ground. You're already doing enough by being here. If you find even a small moment of calm in these words, I'm truly grateful. Many of you have taken the time to show kindness through your support. By liking the videos, subscribing to this channel, leaving thoughtful comments, sending super thanks, or joining as a member. I do not take this for granted. Your presence and care are deeply appreciated. You are welcome here, exactly as you are. And in times of confusion, may you always find a soft place to rest, even if only for a little while. Thank you for spending this time together. May peace visit you gently, even in the middle of the unknown.